What's up, beautiful people, to another episode of Pursuit of Destiny podcast. It's your boy Rickey Jones Jr. and I am back again for yet another video. Hey. And so, for those that don't know, this podcast is all about helping people grow as individuals as well as helping businesses and business owners grow or even start their business, but after they start their business, even grow their businesses, all with the idea of passion, purpose, and destiny being a part of the conversation. So if you have any questions or any thoughts pertaining to those things, definitely let us know. We are on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube, as well as the various podcast stations and things like that in which you probably are listening to this bad boy. So we are going to talk about this subject of knowing who you are as it pertains to a business, right? And so even where we want to go immediately is the idea of marketing. Knowing who you are will allow for your marketing to speak volumes, okay? And the benefit of knowing who you are as it pertains to marketing is because marketing is the way in which you acquire new customers, right? So you start a new business or you have a business, and the first people you probably reach out to were your family members or your friends, in which are in your community and circle and things like that. And you test things out. You see how it goes with them. You see how they relate to the product. You see so forth and so on, right? Or the service or the good and things like that. And after that, okay, you have an understanding of how things work, and it's like, oh, okay, this works like this, I should do this like that, boom. And then after that, you start to do your marketing, right? And there are so many ways to go about marketing your product, your good, or your service, so I won't tap into all of those. However, what I do want to say, in knowing who you are, it would allow for your marketing package to be easier for those that will market what you are, but then easier for you to better explain to them what you want to receive from that marketing advertisement, okay? And so what does this look like in plain sense, right? So we talked about McDonald's last time, so let's talk about McDonald's again. It's an easy case study. But nonetheless, McDonald's knows what they do. They make fast food and they have burgers and things like that for adults and kids, right? So marketing wise, what are they not going to do? They're not going to be talking about things that, one, they don't have, one, they don't serve into the clientele that they're not trying to get. They're not advertising in Rolls Royce magazines or Bugatti magazines and things like that. No, they're advertising in children magazines or Reader Digest or like Home and things like that, where it's like more of I don't want to say middle class, because some bougie people eat McDonald's too, but so they're marketing in a way that speaks specifically to their demographic and the people that they want to reach. And so even as we know who we are, we market it in a way that speaks to those specific people, right? So know that because we talked about having mission statements, we talked about having a mantra, we talked about knowing your purpose, fueling or allowing those to fuel where we are right now. Knowing who we are, we'll be able to speak in that specific way. Even when knowing who you are as it pertains to marketing, it allows for you to, on the back end, speak to the specific people that you are trying to reach. Now, we may or may not have talked about this as it pertains to businesses, but when you start a business or when you operate your business, the specific audience that you are trying to reach isn't everybody. No. Nobody speaks to everybody, just like we talked about with McDonald's and who they reach as opposed to who they don't try to reach out to as it pertains to spending money on marketing. Knowing who you are allows for you to know who will be those that consume the product, the good, or the service that you are looking to promote, sell, put out into the market, right? But it allows for you to make that so clear because it is so necessary. You don't want to waste money. You don't want to waste time or resources as a whole, right, on reaching out or marketing to people who will not take part in your product. And a good marketing firm, a good marketing service will even be able to speak to you in the knowledge of who you are and what you're trying to do, and allow for you to better know the clientele, the group, or the demographic that may be the ones that are a part of your customer base, okay? So having all those things brought to the table is so key, and marketing is so key, which is why restaurants like McDonald's and others advertise all the time. Domino's is another one. They advertise all the time, not because it's just to keep it's to keep who they are in the forefront of your mind being the consumer, because they've already done the due diligence of having a firm idea of who they are, as well as the demographic or group that participates in their product, their good, and their service. So having all that is also key, also significant as a business owner, as a company CEO and things like that, that you do know those things. Know who you are so you're able to market well, but then two, have a understanding of who you are, as well as on the other end of the customers that will participate in that. Okay, so this one was quick, it's simple, it's easy, largely because we talked about this in numerous occasions as it pertains to businesses, from the viewpoint and vantage point of having a mission statement, mantra, and things like that, as well as the purpose conversation that we had last week. So with that being said, make sure y'all go back and check out the other business podcasts, because it has what you need to, further validate this point, but more than anything, show the trend and the theme or the destiny course and who we are as opposed to business. Okay, so with that being said, I love you all, I appreciate you all. We will see you next week, which we may have some big news coming next week. I don't know. Make sure you turn back in to hear and to see if you're watching on YouTube. So until then, peace. I love you.